morning and welcome to our weekly show live from the Higher Institute of Journalism and Communication. Our discussion today will lead us to the Sahara Conflict and the progress of the United Nations towards this conflict, especially after the statements made by Ban Ki-moon, UN General Secretary, and the release of his report to be submitted to the Security Council for voting by the end of this month. To discuss more about this topic, we are welcoming today Mr. Bachir Edkil, who will be interviewed by the Arabic staff, Ms. Asma and Karima, our future journalists. We know that Morocco has done big investments in the Sahara region. Do you think this will be a plus for the Moroccan position toward this Sahara affair?
Well, actually, we will talk about the official diplomacy of if you don't mind me saying, then it will actually, it's intertwined together. The official diplomacy, I think that Morocco has got every right to win. It has got the historical fact. It has got the autonomy plan. It has got all the economic and social development that was led by His Majesty the King Mohamed VI when he came to the throne. Yeah. It has got all the arguments which say that the natural resources that are that Morocco uses in the southern provinces are for the benefit, number one benefit, are for the Sahrawis. So it has all these facts, and also the role that Morocco plays at the international level, at the security level. Now you find the American administration or any country that hails Morocco for the improvement that it has done in terms of human rights, etc. So with all these facts, I think that Morocco has every right to win, but it has to know how. Let's stop this when the opponent comes up with something and Morocco reacts. Let's stop this reaction and overreaction. We need a plan. Our diplomats, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Morocco, pours a lot of millions. We have lobbyists in the United States, for God's sake. We have many people who defend the cause, but we need the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to reproduce ambassadors that are able to go and talk to BBC World, that are able to talk to CNN, that are able to talk to foreign television and not wait until someone from Algeria or from Sweden that comes and says, we need a plan. I'm sorry I have to finish my idea. And MPs, Moroccan parliament members, they need a training. I'm not going to say all of them, but some of them, they need a training about how they can speak, because many, when they go at the international platforms, they don't know how to plead for the cause. So we need a strategy. We need looking forward, well thought strategy. The parliament needs to have a yearly plan, and we have to use these facts that I've mentioned earlier on in a very, Morocco is mature enough now. We have every reason to win. But the thing is, like in Morocco, internally, we don't have problems. We are in our Sahara. What we need internally is to work on human development, work on justice, education, youth, and health, be it, in the north or in the southern provinces. At the international level, we still unfortunately have the justice of the cause, but the lawyer, we have failed lawyer. So we need actually like a thorough strategy.
If I want to match your words and your ideas, you're saying that the Moroccan ambassadors abroad in the United States are not doing a good job.
I'm not talking about the United States. I'm talking about ambassadors in general. There are ambassadors. The new ambassadors in the United States I am sure she will do a very good job, because she knows about the and even the one before. But I'm talking about they need actually to step up and go and speak to the public. Okay? Tell me, do you see any ambassador going to CNN and talk, or BBC, Sky News? Have you seen that? I want to see ambassadors that would go and actually talk to the media outlet, because we need that the international community say that Morocco is not colonizer, because it doesn't exist in any legal documents. We need to know that the settlement plan is a failure, and it was said by Pérez de Cuellar, and I hear from this part, I'm suggesting for people to read 4 important books of Eric Jensen, who was representative of the MINURSO, who actually worked on the ground and came up with the solution that independence is not an option. Pérez de Cuellar, who was a former UN Secretary General, he came to say that, independence, a referendum that will lead to independence is not a solution. And also, the Sahara question came with Algeria, came with the borders, with the frontiers. Let's read the book about each route and find out why this problem has been undergoing. His book is entitled Morocco-Saharan Frontiers, and it's the Bible of, if you want to understand more about the borders between Morocco during the colonization period.
Interesting. This is an interesting book, and I suggest to everyone to go and read this book to learn more about the Sahara conflict. We will move to these investments that have been done with Morocco and the Sahara regions. What do you think about these investments? Are these investments good for this conflict, or are they going to help? Or is it a negative point that Morocco is investing so much in the Sahara?
I think this is a very good point to talk about, because it was an initiative by the king, and I think that it's the best way. The king has been doing things in a very smart way. He thought about development. We're not going from the Sahara, so let's think about developing. Because of the historical fact, let's think about development. So I think the move of the king that he has been doing in the recent years, especially about the latest developments in the southern regions of Morocco, I think it's very good. It will show to the international community that the inhabitants benefits from the resources. It is written at the UN, legally speaking. What does the UN say in a conflict zone at the international law? It says if a country annexes or reintegrates certain region, it has to make the people benefit from the resources. And that's what is happening, and that's what the king is doing.
From your point of view, this
is a breakthrough. This is a breakthrough. This is a breakthrough.
Yeah, okay. So, Mrs. Yasmine, after Ban Ki-moon's statements, how do you think our diplomats should manage the Sahara questions? I mean, we spoke about it, but I just want to know, like, how can they manage this? Because Ban Ki-moon, as we said in the beginning, has made very dangerous statements that caused a big fuss in the international media. So how can our diplomats fix this statement? How can they correct it?
Well, actually, I think it was not a bad move, because thanks to it, we shook a little bit the UN from what happened. But I believe that the diplomats or the ambassadors need to actually, as I told you, react and work in a prompt way, right? So that we don't have the same problems. We need to actually get acquainted. We need to invest more on our representative overseas. We need actually to engage the Moroccan community, living in the United States, living in the UK, because let's take the example of the United States. Who votes for the congressman? It's the inhabitants of the United States, the citizens of the United States. There are more than, approximately there are more than 2,000 Moroccans who go to the United States on a yearly basis. And then when they become Americans, they vote for the congressman. The congressmen do listen to the citizens. So if these Moroccan citizens, they are engaged with they collaborate with the with the Moroccan embassy, and the Moroccan embassy collaborates with the Moroccan with the Moroccan citizens, then they can convey their message to the Congress, because it is the Congress, actually the congressmen who vote for resolutions at the Congress. It's them who actually are part of the appointment of representatives of the United States at the UN. So there should be the ambassadors need not only to work alone, but they need to work with the Moroccan community. They need to step up to the plate, talk to
the Moroccan community in the United States.
In the United States or any other country, be it the UK, because now, as I told you, like there is with the new law, the constitution, we actually now we tend to give more importance to the Moroccan community, because they are people who can help Morocco in the advocacy overseas.
In American media, we have never seen a Moroccan diplomat or a Moroccan ambassador, of course, in the United States, speak about this affair. Maybe.
Well, we see no.
Maybe a few times.
I've lived in the United States, and I worked a lot with the Moroccan community in Washington D.C. and in Massachusetts and California, etc. And I believe that we do have ambassadors that speak about the cause. They are very acquainted with the cause, but they need to be more engaged with the media and with the Moroccan community.
Okay. We're moving now to one of our last questions, and now that the mandate of Ban Ki-moon is coming to an end, Mrs. Yasmina, how do you foresee the future of the UN Secretary General and his management towards the Sahara Conflict affair?
Actually, now that the Ban Ki-moon will leave the offices very soon, I believe that the future UN representatives need to rethink about the way they should tackle these problems, because Ban Ki-moon, what he has done when he came to office, we knew at the end that he's not cognizant of the problem of the issue. So it's only at the end of his mandate, really months before, that hey, he decided to look at the Sahara, because who cares about the Sahara? What is important is Syria. What is important is Afghanistan and Pakistan and hunger. But people in the United States or elsewhere, they don't care about, for them the Sahara issue is not real important. So what happened is that Ban Ki-moon, when he went there, he didn't know, and that's why actually what pushed him to say, that blunder, that undiplomatic move. I think that whoever comes needs to rethink about how they should tackle this problem. They need to follow the advancement of the Sahara question, and try to find a solution and make the two protagonists and be I would say, be aware that Algeria is a full-fledged party in the conflict, because everybody knows that Algeria is full-fledged of the conflict, and come up with an innovative approach and say that the settlement plan, which was done in 1991, is a bygone plan, and say that self-determination that will lead to independence will never happen, because it's not a workable solution, but come up with a real solution.
Okay.
Based on the plan of autonomy, based and push the other side, the Polisario, to come up with also a concept that will be a platform of negotiation.
Before we leave our audience, we want to ask Mrs. Yasmina, because this is a private institute, but let's speak about the other students. What do you, many of the Sahara, like the students coming from the Sahara, have this. Some of them think that the Sahara is Moroccan. Other thinks that the Sahara belongs to the Polisario. So, what a message that you can pass to these students through our institute to tell them and to prove to them that the Sahara is Moroccan, even though they believe that it is not.
Okay. I actually am not, because if I talk about this subject, it's going to take me 4 days. 4 days.
A clear
what
message.
I would say is that they need to read the history. They need to read the history. They need to read the facts. They need to read, why Polisario was established. I'm not going to say the Polisario is really the mistaken one. There were mistakes from the Moroccan side. There were mistakes from the Moroccan side. And I think that they should go back to the roots. They should go back to, we say it in Arabic, tarikh, the facts, the historical facts, human rights, what does the legal law say, and then they will know the answer, I am sure.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Our show has come to an end. We thank you all for watching, and we will leave you with our two bright and future journalists, Karima, and Asma to continue this talk show with Mr. Bachir Edkil. Thank you very much.
Thank you.